Yeah, this is gonna be raw footage, but I don't care. So, hi guys to welcome. Hi guys to a welcome. Ugh. Welcome guys to a new video. Earlier today, it is currently 9:44. Uh, Saturday, blah blah blah, September something, September 16th, 2017. Today, I just watched the It reboot, and I have to say, I loved this movie. This was unless Star Wars is better, this will be my top 2017 movie. So let's get into it. This is gonna be a kind of review of it, of what I think, and some personal thoughts I have, like over the actors and stuff. But let's talk about the setting. Now, the original miniseries of It wasn't really that creepy. It wasn't really supposed to be because it was in 1990 when they made it, and back then you couldn't do anything on TV. You couldn't show anything. The most gruesome thing you saw was probably in the library when, or wherever, no, in the restaurant when they were opening up the eggs and you saw like a dead bird. That was probably about it. But this new one, they take a full advantage of the R rating. There is blood, there are guts, there's a lot of cussing. If you got a light stomach or something, do not go and see this movie because I should probably put spoiler warning in the title. There is a scene where a girl does not have her lower half. It's pretty gross, but you know, whatever. It's a horror movie. What do you expect? I definitely did like how they put it in 1989 instead of the 50s. It gives them more stuff to work with because in the 80s there was like more communications and such. So I'm really happy they did that. But I wouldn't really have enjoyed it if it was in the 50s, in my opinion. So then characters. Let's talk about the main characters, like Bill and Bev and all them. The kid actors did amazing. Now I've never watched Stranger Things, so I don't know about Richie's actor, but from what I could see, he was amazing. I did not like his jokes though. I'm just not on the side of mama jokes. I don't know the appeal in them. I don't really like them that much, but from what he did, he was really good. All the actors did great. I did not like Stanley, the character, not the actor. The actor was good. I did not like his character, and I think that's what the actor was going for, because we all know what happens to Stan in the second part. Can't say I'm sad though. Hated him, but yeah, I really loved the kids. They were amazing while acting, and it's weird how I think they're younger than me. They're younger than me. I'm pretty sure, at least the one who played Ben. So then, of course, I got to talk about him so much. The Pennywise actor, Bill Skarsgård, he was phenomenal. He was the best part of the movie for me. Now, Tim Curry, Pennywise, in my opinion, isn't that scary. He has about one or two scary moments during the 1990 miniseries, and that's about it. But Bill Skarsgård, in his scenes, he is the star. He is the star. Like here, this scene with the You'll Float 2 scene is done perfectly with how he emerges from the water and his eyes just drift off in different directions. Fun fact about him, Bill Skarsgård can actually move his eyes in different directions. That's why they do that in the movie. So if you think it's just like a weird technical thing or something, or he looks retarded, well, screw you. That's a thing he can do, and that's what they kind of wanted the character to be, because they want this to be better than the miniseries. They want it to be creepier, and they certainly did so. God damn, was this movie good. But Bill Skarsgård, his Pennywise outclassed Tim Curry's so much. I'm gonna have to say, Tim Curry, his Pennywise is amazing. Nothing bad about his Pennywise, but Bill Skarsgård just takes the cake. He is amazing during the movie. Every time he's in a scene, you pay attention to him. He actually has my favorite scene in the whole movie. It's the scene. What the fuck is this? It's the scene where. Spoiler warning again. It's the scene where Richie falls through the house and lands on a table, and he like breaks his hand. And Penny and in the fridge, he looks at the fridge and it starts opening, and you see Pennywise in there. He's all contorted, you know, like stuffed into a block, and he just starts unwinding himself, snapping himself, you know, into place. And he just looks at him, and he's like 7 feet or 6 feet. I don't know how tall he is again. He's really tall, Bill Skarsgård. He just looks at him and goes, "Time to float," and he just starts walking towards him in a comedical fashion. And that's what Pennywise would do. He would toy with his food, because they are food to him. And then he grabs him by the hand and he starts almost biting him. He just like starts pretending to bite him, and it's so funny and so scary at the same time. Bill Skarsgård, he is the perfect mix of funny and scary. He really is a good Pennywise. If you don't like anything in the film, it's at least got to be Pennywise that you're going to like. His design is actually amazing. I love like the old look to him, and he's definitely a step up from Tim Curry's in design aspect, in my opinion. Wow, but he definitely gets scary as the film goes on. Another scary scene he has is what was it? It's a scene where Patrick, one of the bullies, he's in the sewer and he has like a makeshift flamethrower and he's looking for the Ben. Yeah, he's looking for Ben, and he's like, and he sees some dead kids and he starts running off, and he finds like an exit and it's blocked off. It's an end in the sewer, and he slowly sees a balloon come towards him saying "I heart dairy," like in the VR experience. A lot of the VR scenes are actually from the movie; they're just edited, and it pops, and you just see Pennywise there, and he just lunges at him, and it's from a first-person perspective, so you will jump probably if you're really scared. I had to look away actually because I'm very scared in horror movies. I was shaking during this movie. It was so good. And Bill actually in the first scene with Georgie, you really do feel like Pennywise is dangerous, but he also seems like fun loving, and that's why he lures kids in. I mean, when he talks with Georgie, you actually feel like, hey, he's just making a conversation. He's just being nice and all that. You don't expect him to kill him. And that's another thing about the R rating. He literally bites his arm off, and you see the blood and everything. They took full advantage of it. And I went to go and see this with my brother, actually. And he got pretty surprised. He actually kind of like a little bit, he kind of jumped a bit, not like while scared. He was just surprised. He was like, wow, I can't believe they could do that now. So, but yeah, Bill Skarsgård was the highlight of the movie. He is definitely the best actor in it. Not saying the child actors are bad, but he's just a one-up. He just one-ups them in it. He is so amazing. I love him. I legit love him. Then, source material talk. Not everything made it into the movie, but it certainly is more true to the novel. And luckily, just like the 1990s version, took out the infamous orgy scene where I'm not going to explain it. It's a terrible scene. If you read the novel, it's probably the worst part about it. But they did take that out, but the movie stays really, really true to the original, and that's really good. I really like that. But one thing they do change, though it's a good change, is Georgie is reported as dead. He isn't found. He is one of the missing children, and because he's one of the missing children, Bill goes out to look for him, and that kind of sets the plot up. And I'm fine with that change. That's really a good change. It kind of makes the story even better because it gives the main characters a purpose instead of just hunting down a clown. But yeah, and if you think that the 1990s version was scary, which it isn't, this one will definitely scare you. Now, I do have one little criticism about it. And it's the CGI in the movie. Now, they do use CGI a lot, like any other movie. At least it's not on the scale of Star Wars. But they do use a lot of CGI, especially with Pennywise. Now, during one scene, and it is kind of fake, he grabs Beverly, and he basically lifts up his face. Like, it's pretty disgusting, by the way. And she watches his deadlights and becomes comatose for a bit, till she doesn't later on. But it does look really, really fake, and that's a big turnoff for the movie. But, I mean, they had to use CGI for that. There's no way practical effects could do that. And they did use practical effects when they could. Like, during this one scene, Eddie is chased by the leper, which is from the novel. Again, that's another thing. It's from the novel, and it is a full, like, costume, and it freaks you out, okay? Because the way they introduced it, oh, shit, it was a good scare. But, they do use practical effects whenever they can. CGI does look kind of bad, but hey, at least it's during the parts where you would probably look away. Let's say that. So CGI does look fake, but it's not all the scares rely on CGI, at least. And like the balloons, oh boy, when he introduces himself to Eddie at the house with all the balloons, that is an amazing scene, done perfectly. So like overall rating on the movie, I have to give it a 9 out of 10 because it's so good. It's so good. This is definitely one of the best Stephen King movies, and I would suggest you go and see it. Holy shit. Anyway, I would suggest you go and see it, but yeah, it's definitely one of the better movies. And so if I had to give personal rankings, all the actors 10 out of 10, setting 10 out of 10, CGI 7 out of 10 because again it doesn't look too good, but everything about the movie just 9 out of 10. It's amazing. Please go and see it. I loved it. I had a hard time watching it because I was scared. Not gonna not admit it, but yeah, I would suggest you watch the movie. Thank you for watching. Please go and watch the movie. Goodbye.